Alright, we're going to go to the behind the scenes Old Dogtown tour here at Dogtown headquarters and take you along with us.
Basically, dogs and a few cats were all that came from Prescott, Arizona. So Faith Maloney was one of the founding members. There was a group of about 25, and they collected outside of Prescott, Arizona. And one of the things they were doing is rescuing animals from shelters, simply because they were being killed, simply because there wasn't enough room for them, or we as a society considered them unadoptable. So, of course, they got really big really fast. They ended up coming here to Angel Canyon with about 600 dogs. So they had to build some housing for them pretty quick. You'll notice when we walk around, you will find out tomorrow when you do the Grand Sanctuary tour, because you will go through Dogtown Heights. I came out and volunteered in 2001. Dogtown Heights did not even exist. So we grew pretty fast. But Faith Maloney took all dogs under her wing, and she kind of pretty much built Old Dogtown. And it all started here. When I came to volunteer, I came here, and then went, I forget where the puppies were, but we volunteered with puppies first and then with older dogs later, which was fun. But a lot has changed from then. We do take in a lot of cattle dog mixes and a lot of pit bull mixes. A lot of those dogs have never been inside. So Dogtown headquarters has a room in there that actually is set up like someone's home, which is fantastic, because what we're trying to do is get these dogs to their forever home, and it gets them used to being inside a house, being on floors, being around carpet. They've got a mirror in there, I think, a vacuum cleaner, all things to train dogs. The other building that they use, we can show over here, is Terry's Run. It's this long green building over here. It's got some agility in it. If you watch the Welcome Center video, you'll see some dogs playing in a little baby pool with bright colored balls. That was filmed right in there. That building was donated to us by George Clooney. Yes, he was a big fan of Tara. Tara was one of the trainers here and did such a fantastic job, because along the way we have kind of became not only the last resort for some dogs, but because our trainers are so specialized and so good at what they do. A lot of our dogs have a lot of behavior problems. They're very reactive. They're here probably for a specific reason. The dogs that don't come from the Hopi, the Paiute, and the Navajo, which we service, we are the only animal welfare agency for those tribes, for the reservations. We get from our 4,400 network partners. So what we do is we've got excellent volunteers. Let's go to this tree. So a lot of our network partners, they may get in a dog that is pretty severe, that needs a lot of extra training. So what we'll do is we'll take one of our highly adoptable dogs. You all met like Hazelnut in the Welcome Center. It gets really loud back here. At the Welcome Center, and so we may transport Hazelnut to one of our network partners. In return, we will take one of their behaviorally challenged or reactive dogs, because we have the skills, we have the time, and we have the resources to work with those dogs. So yes, so George Clooney donated that building. He thought what Tara was doing was pretty special, and it is also set up to help dogs learn how to go inside. Pretty cool. We also, down along this way, I will try to stop in this way. Down along this path, there is a full-size swimming pool where they have their own pool party. So they do have pool parties for the dogs. We have a lot of dogs that are water dogs. They love to go into the pool. We at the Welcome Center have yet to ever be invited to a pool party. Fingers crossed. So this building right here in front of us was the very first octagon ever built here on the property. You see how much is upgraded when we went through Dogtown Heights. You will see that on your tour tomorrow. So the building we just walked past and Leopold, which is right up here, are two unique dog areas. They usually just have one dog. If they have two dogs, they both kind of have the same problem. But they only have one trainer. They used to have a float who would cover the days off. But both Deja, I'm not sure what they're doing now, but both Deja's and up at Leopold's, the trainers work one-on-one with the dogs. These are dogs that are very reactive. They might have a history of biting. Again, the whole goal is to get them into general population, and our permanent goal is to get them into their forever home. Hi, Patty! See, I got the coolest eyebrows in town. She's the dog. I forgot to bring treats one time. Yes. And Patty got mad at me, so she actually turned her back on me and walked away. Yeah. So Leopold's is up this way. Leopold's and Deja's are the two specialized dog training areas. Leopold and
Conrad.
Conrad, thank you. I didn't have to walk all the way around. We're two of Faith Maloney's dogs. So of course I got a road named after him. Faith Maloney used to live behind here in what she called a POS trailer. Not our terms, hers. She did build a house eventually, but as they were building it and creating it, they had made some mistakes. They learned from the mistakes. Very frequently in the middle of the night she would get a call about a loose dog. A lot. So as we walk through here, if you guys would stay in the middle, because we don't want to irritate the dogs, because it is irritating. They think we're going to take them somewhere or do something with them. Also, if they get really, really wild, just turn your back on them, because sometimes they think it's a showdown. Hi, I got you cookies. This is Riff Raff. Almost. Oh, there we go. So Riff Raff is actually a very friendly dog. Part of his issue, he's just reactive. He's very protective of his area. That is his area. No, I know we're not stupid. I have a dog also that is very protective, not only of the yard, but of the entire neighborhood. Quite sure the whole thing belongs to her. This is Ribbit. Hey, Ribbit. He was born in 2015. He has pretty intense guarding behaviors. So he guards his food, he guards his caregivers, he guards his fence, he kind of guards everything. But he is a super sweet dog. But he has severe allergies, so he doesn't get a cookie. Oh, no. I know. I wish they'd fix it so he could. This is Patty's house, but Patty got to go for a golf cart ride. Oh, yeah? Uh-huh. You can see her eyebrows are hilarious.
Do any of the dogs get like anti-anxiety medication?
They do.
They do.
Actually,
okay.
Yeah. We have some. My guess is most of the dogs that go through Deja's and Leopold's do.
Okay.
The whole goal there is to more train.
Okay.
But yes, they have been known to. We do have several dogs here in Old Dogtown that also get medicine when there are storms, because almost all dogs are weatherheads that don't like storms, but these guys take it to the extreme. Yeah. I hear you. My halo. My halo. My halo. He is a terrier mastiff. He's actually a very friendly dog. He's beautiful. He's a great pit bull. Hi, my halo. What's he doing?
No reaction.
What's that?
No reaction.
No, he's actually a pretty cool cat. Again, the only reason he lives in here is because he lacks social graces. Let's put it that way. Uh-huh. And one thing to note, I'll try to be quick in this heat. Oh, wonderful. Oh, now Riff Raff gets to go for a car ride.
Yeah.
Awesome. I know, you're crazy. You can have Patty's, because Patty got to do something fun. Oh, right on the head, sorry. So sorry. But anyway, I'll try to make it quick. You see this extra bait in here? They're referred to as guillotines. It is to keep the caregiver safe. So the dog might be in there. The caretaker is going to go in this door, clean up, do whatever. They're going to come back out this way, open up the guillotine, and put the dog in here so they can feed them or do whatever they need to in that area. Oh boy, you're hamming it up today. But these guys get just as much entertainment as the dogs over in Dogtown Heights. So they get to go on walks, they get to go on golf cart rides. I see you, Chewy. Good job, Chewy. Good job. Yay.
Look at his whole hole around the gate.
Can you sit again? Can you? Oh, what a good boy. There you go. Good job, Chewy. Chewy's a lot of fun.
And how many did they build at first? Like when they first came, how many did they
There's
set
like
up?
25, I think.
That's what they built originally?
Yep, they were all together at one time.
That's what just
So they were
then popped
housed in
them.
like big populations. Yeah. And that goes to show also. Oh, we got to stop again. We'll see if she wants to go. Calvin! You wanna go now? Calvin does not like the heat, but Calvin also is one of our dogs.
Hey, Calvin.
Oh, Calvin has severe arthritis.
What a big puppy.
Oh,
shucks.
good catch, Calvin.
Oh, he didn't see that one. He's a big guy.
He'll find him. There you go. Calvin is one of our dogs that does use the fitness center over in Dogtown Heights because he's got such severe arthritis. That's enough cookies for you, Calvin. We're getting ready to walk through what we call Bark Alley. It gets very loud. We have some interesting dogs that live right over here. One of them is a husky. His name is Phantom. We named him Phantom. Every dog and every animal comes to our care, even if they have a name, we give them our own name. If they get adopted, we hold on to that name for 3 years. Just in case that animals return, they get the original name. But Phantom has escaped every single adopted dog he's ever had. Yes. Who is Phantom? Is that a husky?
Our shelter has a dog been there for 3 years now for that same reason.
Boyd was on Animal Planet.
Oh.
Yeah, say I was a Yes, I forget. So this in here is Bosco. We don't want to get too close or have Bosco bark because Bosco has a collapsed trachea. But he's digging his own swimming pool, as you can see. But he was special because his caretakers absolutely love him. So that little trailer that's over there has his little kennel in it, and they take him around the sanctuary so he can get to see stuff because they can't put anything on him.
Oh.
I usually always take them out for walks. There are some dogs that can only walk with caretakers, and there are other most of the dogs can go with them. Again, they get a bad rap because when you walk through here, it sounds like they're all like ready to knock you out. It's just simply that they have guarding behaviors and they're guarding their home. It's like the simple life. Yeah. And the nice thing about this group of founders is that if they made a mistake and they had a failure, they didn't let it stop them. They just kept right on going. Yep. So this is the kitchen for all the lodges that you see, because none of the lodges have kitchens in them. Whereas now over in Dogtown Heights, the Octagons do have kitchens in them, which is great. But you know, the caretakers would have to drive around and around, which they do right now, just to see the dogs. Whereas if you have 8 runs and 1 Octagon, it's amazing because they can see every dog from every. Yeah.
How many of the founders I know that Faith is gone? And who else?
So this is Hermosa's hideout. Hermosa's was the second Octagon building built. It was named after Hermosa, which was a dog that had a very unusual condition, in that the back legs kept growing, but the front ones didn't. So he was kind of goofy in that way, but he did find his forever home. So of course we had to name a building after him. Yeah. But when you see the new Octagons, it's amazing how they really improved the design. I see you, but they did learn the hard way about the fencing, because originally out here in some of the inner runs that we didn't go through, you will see coyote rollers. Do you know what those are? So they're pipes on top of the fences, so that if the dog tries to jump out, it will roll him back. One mistake learned, they didn't think about the sand, and the sand would jam them, and out and over they would go. So now they use this bend over at the top fencing for climbers. But we have had some dogs that they actually had to build an entire aviary. So some of the dogs that live by themselves also get irritated with other dogs, so they put up that barrier there so they can hear them, but they can't really see them. You have lots of toys. I know. So Hermosa, the dog that got adopted that had the long back legs, loved cheeseburgers. Steve, one of our other tour guides, used to work here for 6 years over here in Old Dogtown, and he has a video of Hermosa eating a cheeseburger without spilling a drop. Not a drop. No hands required. So this is cool. We'll be able to walk by and see what they're doing over here is a meet and greet. So they're trying to figure out if these 2 dogs get along. If so, the new dog will go and live in that area. Someone's been along the ride. Hello. I know, I do. They're kind of... is where all of our dogs come through. They're in quarantine for some time. They go across the street to the clinic to get spayed and neutered at the earliest possible convenience, or at the earliest possible when they can be and are ready enough to be. They also get all their vaccines here. They check their food if they need any special dietary needs. They get microchipped. So it's a busy building. Back in the day, if you read the book, they worked out of a Airstream trailer. You can imagine that.